And Damien.
And welcome back to the Sunshine Coast, race 7, the next race up. It's the Some Young Guys Class 1 handicap, over 1,200 metres. If you haven't eaten at Some Young Guys, do yourself a favour. It's an outstanding feed. All right, Damien, let's get stuck into these from the yard. Number 1, script writer for the Anderson stable, Steph Thornton rides. A little bit of wet track form there and looks as though it'll start favourite.
2 starts on a heavy for 2 seconds, and his last start performance, first up at Doomben, was on a heavy track when he began only fairly and then sat fourth, 1-1, and he just got beaten on the line. He should trim up nicely from that. Looks okay in the yard, and he'll be very hard to beat.
Number 2, the Stiffmeister for Stuart Kendrick. Brody Loy, the jockey here, has had 4 runs in the soft, hasn't done a lot, but he looks well.
Yes, there's no wet track form there for him. I just thought his last start, he was a shade disappointing. He had his chance there and just battled away. And with the 59 on his back today, he's got a few challenges ahead of him.
Number 3's a hard one to assess. Metal Rock, first start for the Kelly Schweida stable today. That man aboard, James Orman. Barrier 1, I've marked it down as a market watch. I wasn't wrapped with the trial, but what did you make of it?
I think you summed it up well. I've got a big market watch, and and the trial was inconclusive. Just the one win. He's only had 2 starts. That was on the Ballarat Synthetic back in May. So certainly question marks there. Look, he's around the $7.50 mark. Just trying to have a look at him here in the yard. Paul, have you had a chance to have a look at him?
Just with the pony at the moment.
Okay, I've got him now.
Big, strong Fastnet Rock, and I think we'll keep an eye on those market moves. What about number 5, Not Another? We've seen a bit of him, Stuart Kendrick and Luke Tarrant team up here, or this mare, should I say. She usually races very well on the poly, but she's just as adept on the turf.
Yeah, she's just the one win from 14 starts, but placed on 7 other occasions. Look, I thought her last start, if it was good, she was wide with cover, but got to the line strongly. That was behind Royal Nicky and very fast time. The step up to 1,200 metres is a plus. I would have preferred something a little bit firmer, but as a fit racehorse.
Number 6, Tranquil Bay for Robert Heathcote and Ben Thompson. She's got a little bit of form around the soft and heavy tracks, and I thought she was good here first up.
Yeah, initially I put her in third in the tips, but she's the one I'm really warming to, Tranquil Bay. Good second here behind You'll Be Missed with 60 kilos on her back, drops to 56.5. And the wetter the better, I think, for Tranquil Bay, and there's good money to say he's going to be very hard to beat.
The 7, All's Fair, the next one to look at for Ben Hull and Michael Hellier. Drawn close to the inside and probably didn't do quite enough, I thought, first up.
Now, it was only a fair effort first up when 9th here behind Royal Nicky, beaten just on 5.5 lengths. Will Strip fitter, but I think I'll wait for one more run before I come into him.
All right, let's go all the way down now to number 11, Forbidden One for the Paul Duncan Yard and Sam Collett.
Resuming since June, won a maiden here over 1,400 metres on a heavy track back in May, unplaced in a recent barrier trial. So I'm thinking I'd like to see what she does today.
Number 12, Beyond the Sea for Taryn Churchill and Jason Taylor. She's drawn out. She's a heavy track winner. She's not the worst.
No, I won a Bow Desert Maiden back in August, and I thought it was fair okay when 6 behind Bow Rider and Script Rider in town recently. Drawn widely, maybe not too much of a disadvantage, and is a value chance.
Number 13, Rockatansky for the Tim Hurley Yard. Taylor Marshall takes the ride. The blinkers come off today. 2
Queensland runs at both Kilcoy and Gatton have been good, but this is much tougher and is a question mark in the wet.
And the last horse into the field is number 4, into the yard, should I say, is number 14, Hell's Son, a 7-year-old son of Helmet. Gee, you can see where the helmet comes through with him. Trained by Dan Markey. Wendy Peel rides, takes 1.5 kilos off.
Just the one win from 33 starts, but he does have some ability. He was beaten a long way at the Gold Coast 4 weeks ago on a heavy track, so I think unlikely to threaten here.
Back live here at the Sunshine Coast. We're a minute away from race 7, a Class 1 over the 1,200 metres. We've got a short-priced favourite in number 1, Script Writer for Chris Anderson and Steph Thornton. The best back to beat it is number 6, Tranquil Bay for Robert Heathcote and Ben Thompson. Both runners have drawn out, which is perfect the way this track's playing. They are starting to load up, so Damien, fire away.
Yeah, I'm with the favourite, 1, Script Rider. I think we'll work across from the wide barrier, hopefully sit close to the lead and maybe too strong for them. Number 5, for me, another, Not Another. I think it's an each-way chance. Third, I'm putting in Tranquil Bay. He loves the wet track. He'll be finishing strongly. And 7 in for fourth. So 1 a special over 5, 6 and 7.
All right, thanks, Damien. I've gone 6, 1, 5 and 12. I'll go with 6, Tranquil Bay. I just think might get ridden a bit more quietly, get that last shot at them down the middle. Number 1, Script Rider needs to jump well. If he does, he'll be very hard to beat. If he happens to miss the start, I don't think it's the end of the world here today. They'll just have to go to plan B and find the right part of the track in the straight. Number 5, Not Another, very consistent but struggles to win. And I thought if you wanted to have something each way on the 12 Beyond the Sea, you could do sillier things at $71. Does like it wet, and I like the parade. So 6, 1, 5 and 12 for me in race number 7. We are still on a heavy 8 track, but the rain has abated and left us for the last couple of hours. And look, obviously they're coming down the crown of the track. That's where you want to get to today once that track was downgraded from a soft 5 to a heavy 8, which occurred in between races 1 and 2, or between races 2 and 3. All right, let's head upstairs to Josh Fleming for the call. This is race 7.
He not over keen about it, just on the back pedal a bit. One attendant holding the lead rope there, and 1 or 2 trying to get behind Rockatansky, but they're not over keen to do it. You can't blame them for that. The starter coming around to help out as well, giving a little kick out there, Rockatansky, so they don't want to get behind him, but walks up into line, and now we're right to run. So stand by for the 7th. Sponsored by Some Young Guys. Red light turned on. Script right of the fave. Racing out the back early was the Stiff Meister. Script Rider came out second last. All's Fair pinged away. Not Another's going forward. Forbidden One third, and fourth the outside Tranquil Bay. Metal Rockers fifth defence. A length and a half to Rockatansky. Script Writer Beyond the Seas out 3 and 4 wide. Hellsun's even deeper, and the Stiff Meister was last of all back nearer the fence. So All's Fair led from second, Tranquil Bay. A length and a half away third is Not Another. Hellsun 3 wide going forward. Further back to Metal Rock on the rails. Script Riders over from the outside 3 and 4 wide there. The Stiff Meister sneaking runs on the fence, and further back to Forbidden One. Trapped out is Beyond the Sea, and Rockatansky last at the 450. So All's Fair, Tranquil Bay. Hellsun third is dropping off, making some ground. Metal Rock back near the fence. Not Another back behind those, and the Stiff Meister's got about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. But looming up now, taking over, is Tranquil Bay. All's Fair trying to rally back, making ground. Not Another. Script Rider down the outside, but 3 or 4 off the leader. Further back to Forbidden One. It's Tranquil Bay. Not Another trying hard. Later, Script Rider. Tranquil Bay. Not Another. Tranquil Bay. Not Another on the inside. They hit the line, and Tranquil Bay is held on to win from Not Another. Third, Script Rider, followed by All's Fair. Rockatansky, Forbidden One. They break right away from the Stiff Meister, Metal Rock, Beyond the Sea, and Hellsun. Had a pretty torrid run. I dropped out to finish it.
Well, it is a photo. Hopefully it goes the way of number 6, Tranquil Bay. Was up on speed, driven to the lead. Number 5, Not Another, did the chasing and got really close right on the line, but the head goes down for 6. That's what we wanted. Number 6, Tranquil Bay, should get that photo. There it is. 6, 5, 1 and 7. Tranquil Bay just a little bit too strong up on speed. Not Another brave in chasing. The one Script Rider, well, he went to Script. He missed the start again. He's doing it all the time at the moment. A terrible habit, and that's cost him, probably cost him going close to a win, I would suggest. And number 7, All's Fair, which led them up, boxed on well for 4th. That was an improved run, second up, Damien. But lovely ride again, just confident, up on speed. Probably left in front a little bit too early, but found just enough.
Yeah, and it was a race where there wasn't too much tempo either. So while he was outside the leader, they weren't going too hard. And in that dash home, he was able to skip away, as you mentioned, got left exposed probably at the 300-metre mark, but did a good job to hang on and win. Not Another is just so consistent. A good run there. And Script Rider, yeah, that getting back in the field was at the right part of the track in the straight, but with a big weight again on the heavy, just a bit hard for him, but we won't jump off yet.
6, 5, 1, 7. They were the numbers. Race 7 here at the Sunshine Coast. Let's head down to Narrandera.
This is race 7, our feature event at Narrandera. It's the Leone Vriling Memorial Race, a very